Section 5, International Aid, a lifeline under strain. International organizations play a vital role in providing humanitarian assistance to the people of Gaza. Organizations like the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, the International Committee of the Red Cross, and numerous NGOs deliver essential services. These include food aid, healthcare, water and sanitation, and education programs.
However, these organizations face immense challenges in delivering aid effectively. The blockade restricts the flow of goods and personnel into Gaza, creating logistical hurdles and delays. The political complexities and the lack of a unified governing authority in Gaza further complicate aid operations. Funding for humanitarian aid to Gaza often falls short of the needs on the ground. Donor fatigue, competing priorities, and the protracted nature of the crisis contribute to funding gaps.
Section 6, Fragile Ceasefires and Lingering Tensions. Gaza has witnessed several rounds of intense violence followed by fragile ceasefires in recent years. While these ceasefires provide temporary reprieves from the fighting, they rarely address the underlying issues driving the conflict. Tensions remain high and the threat of renewed violence looms constantly.
The ceasefires are often brokered by Egypt, Qatar, or other international actors. These agreements typically focus on halting rocket fire from Gaza and ending Israeli airstrikes. However, they rarely address broader issues like the blockade, prisoner exchanges, or the underlying political status of Gaza. The lack of trust between Hamas and Israel makes it difficult to implement and sustain ceasefires. Both sides accuse each other of violating the agreements.
Section 7, Reconstruction Roadblocks, a Bleak Reality. Reconstruction efforts in Gaza face numerous obstacles, including the blockade, political disputes, and funding shortages. As a result, the progress in rebuilding homes, infrastructure, and the economy has been painfully slow. The people of Gaza are left to cope with the devastation of repeated conflicts, their lives on hold.
The blockade restricts the import of essential construction materials such as cement and steel. This shortage drives up prices and makes it extremely difficult to rebuild homes, schools, and hospitals destroyed during the fighting. The permits required to import materials are often delayed or denied, further hindering reconstruction efforts. The political divisions between Hamas and the Palestinian Authority create additional challenges. The lack of a unified government makes it difficult to coordinate reconstruction projects and ensure transparency in the distribution of funds. This division also undermines the confidence of international donors, who are hesitant to invest in projects that could be subject to corruption or mismanagement.
Section 8, The Long Road to Peace, Obstacles and Opportunities. Achieving a just and lasting peace in Gaza remains an elusive goal. The path forward is fraught with obstacles, including deep-seated mistrust, political divisions, and the complexities of the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict. However, amidst the challenges, there are also glimmers of hope and opportunities for progress.
One of the most significant obstacles to peace is the lack of trust between Hamas and Israel. Both sides view each other with suspicion and hostility, making it difficult to engage in meaningful dialogue. The cycle of violence and the absence of a political horizon further deepen this mistrust. Another major challenge is the internal Palestinian division between Hamas and the Palestinian Authority. Without a unified Palestinian leadership, it is difficult to negotiate a peace agreement that enjoys broad support and can be effectively implemented on the ground. Despite the obstacles, there are also opportunities for progress. The international community can play a more active role in facilitating dialogue, providing incentives for peace, and holding both sides accountable for their actions.
Section 9, The Role of Global Actors, a Call for Concerted Action. The international community bears a responsibility to work towards a just and lasting solution in Gaza. This requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the immediate humanitarian crisis, supports long-term development, and promotes a political process aimed at ending the conflict.
Firstly, the international community must address the urgent humanitarian needs of the population. This includes providing adequate funding for food aid, healthcare, water and sanitation, and education programs. Lifting the blockade, or at the very least, easing restrictions on the entry of essential goods, is crucial for improving the lives of ordinary people. Secondly, there is a need to support long-term development in Gaza, focusing on job creation, economic growth, and building resilient infrastructure. Investing in education, healthcare, and other essential services will empower the people of Gaza and give them hope for a better future.
Section 10. The human cost of conflict, stories of resilience. Behind the headlines and statistics lies the human face of the Gaza crisis. The stories of ordinary people, families torn apart, children robbed of their childhoods, and dreams shattered by violence, serve as a stark reminder of the true cost of conflict.
Meet Fatima, a young mother struggling to provide for her children in a bombed-out neighborhood. With her husband unemployed and their home reduced to rubble, Fatima relies on aid organizations for food, water, and shelter. Her children, haunted by the memories of war, bear the emotional scars of conflict. Then there's Ahmed, a talented young artist whose dreams of studying abroad were dashed by the blockade. Unable to leave Gaza, Ahmed channels his frustration and hope into his art, using his canvases to depict the resilience and suffering of his people.
Section 11. A glimmer of hope, seeds of peace amidst the ruins. Amidst the despair and destruction, there are glimmers of hope emerging from Gaza. Grassroots initiatives, led by young people and women, are working to build bridges of understanding and promote peaceful coexistence. These efforts, though small in scale, offer a ray of light in an otherwise bleak landscape.
One such initiative brings together young Palestinians and Israelis through video conferencing, allowing them to connect, share their stories, and challenge prejudices. These virtual encounters foster empathy and understanding, planting the seeds for future peace. Another project empowers women in Gaza by providing them with vocational training and business skills. By equipping women with the tools for economic independence, this initiative not only empowers individuals, but also strengthens communities from within.
These grassroots efforts demonstrate that the desire for peace and coexistence exists, even amidst the deep-seated divisions and mistrust.